Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or even notify, or any of the above, or all of the above.
Sometimes things just work out. My wife bought a 4x8 sheet of this fairly cheap styrofoam insulation, mostly because I sent her to go get it and the guy at the store didn't understand and gave her the wrong stuff. But 4x8 sheet, doubled, fits perfectly. I think it was made for it. So I've staggered them where I've had to add pieces. It's underneath on the other side and it's up top on this side. And that should make a better floor that's not quite so cold. And then the framing's done in here. Just got to put the deck on it. And I think there's, I'm not sure what they had here. I think it's just open. But I might put some insulation in there and a cover. The skirting does go down there, but still it's going to be, some will come up from the steps, even though the skirting goes down to there, curves underneath. But it is right behind the wheels. Even though there's mud flaps, they don't catch everything. Anyway, there we go. The floor will go in pretty quick, and then we'll have the deck pretty much done. Just this corner to fix. And that's it. All set for the deck. One more bit of insulation to do in here. I don't know if that galvanized steel is going to be serving any purpose or not, or if I'm going to be causing more trouble, but there it is. Handy scrap I had. Fits perfectly. Never throw anything out. Be a hoarder. Okay, all the pieces are in. Letting the glue set up a bit there. First, bottom piece, I don't remember that being there, but I'm pretty sure it needed to be, so we'll see. This could be a problem. If I have to take it out, I will. It's only 4 screws. But I've glued the carpet back on in there. Put 4 screws to hold as far as I could. Can't get into the back section there. Too little. And then I screwed down the front with the decorative washers. I forgot what they're called. There it is. It's ready for the skirting to go on. I just have to tighten up the lag bolts in that section there. And clean and paint the hatch. Forgot about that. So, things are looking up. More things getting ready. I'm a happy camper. Well, at least I'm happy. Hopefully soon I'll be a camper. There you go. All return to former glory. I took that strip out that was along here. Looking at the skirting, it can't fit. Well, I had the impression from the wood that there was something there, but there's this, looks like a screw hole there. Maybe that's mine. I guess there's no others, so I guess that's what's needed. I need some more caulking in there, I guess, on the bottom. Although it's not going to collect, but still, seal it up. And this is all done. So I'll put the door back on for now. I can't put the skirting on until I clean that hatch and paint it. I could, but I'm going to clean the hatch and paint it first. This is the old caulking removed. The dirty side and the clean side, all off there. Replace that. Painted it inside. Oh, looks all gray there. I can't see it. Oh yeah, I can see it now. But I wire brushed it. Gave it a coat of paint. More to go, I guess. Funny how the camera shows it all up and I can't see it from this angle. Anyway, one more coat, it'll be done. Then I put the caulking all on and silicone along this edge here. That's what they had before. And then the skirt can go on. But for tonight, I have to put the door back on. Just 3 screws just to hold it up. Unfortunately, the previous owner ripped off this paneling, this 1/8 inch paneling, sandwiched between the outer skin and the framing in sections, just whatever she could do. So now I'm trying to make a clean edge with the 1/8 inch plywood, and then I'll glue new pieces on. So that's proving to be a challenge. And I'm still working away at it. I am using the oscillating saw very carefully, because if I go beyond 1/8 of an inch in depth, then I'll be through the skin. I don't want that. So I'm still working at this. When I cut the line, it's not deep enough in some places. Then I'm using what doesn't chip off easily. I'm using heat, trying to break the bond with the glue. That's not working great, but it is better than nothing. So I'll keep thinking of what I can do. But that's the plan for now. So I got to do that there. I think I'm okay down there. I think that's pretty easy to get to. And then on this side as well, if you can see through the mess, they did it on that side also. I don't think that side's as bad as this side, so once I get through all this, it should be easier. But at least it's a sunny day. It's nice and comfortable in here. Quiet little workspace, except for when the saw is going. It's a nice day. The best method I found so far is to use the heat gun with the putty knife, fairly long blade putty knife. I've had shorter, I've had longer, but that's and thin. And I can heat it to get this in behind and then pry it up like this. Of course, it's easier two-handed, and it would be a lot easier if I had a tripod that worked. And that's the idea, keep going like that. It actually does peel off in big sections when I'm doing it with two-handed. So that's the best method so far that I found. There it is, blank slate, almost. Just a bit to strip out of on that side. I've got a bit more to do there. That one's being really resistive for some reason. And then this, I'll just take off and replace. And that part, a little bit more to do underneath. But that's all very small pieces because it's a hatch. Oh, it's not a huge deal. It gets held in place by screws. Well, the work is continuing on this. It's a little haphazard. I've got to redo the edge on that putty knife to scrape with because it's getting bent and it's digging in, as you can see. But I was at the second-hand store yesterday and I found this little scraper thingy, and it first tries it seems to work pretty good. So I'll give that a shot. It's a beveled edge on a high tensile steel blade. I'll see what I can do with that. Might have to still use heat, which is not surprising, but I will work with that. And first I'll fix that edge on that. The chisel works as well with heat, but it also, if you're not careful, it tends to dig in as well. So, onward. Sorry for the harsh light. The sun's out good and bright today. I have to get it good and hot. So heat gun, it's on max. Make sure the bevel is correct. Way faster. There's the idea. Okay, try this again. Oh, digging in again. There we go. Get that one. When you get it right, you can do the whole swath. There we go, like that. Whole swath, like that. There. That's the idea. A lot easier with two hands. Well, the heat and this scraper works. A little bit with that one as well. I found the best one, the fastest, the easiest. You can get strips that long quite easily. It's two-handed with the oscillating saw and this blade, which is just like a chisel. Rigid scraper, they call it. And with two, I can't do it with one hand. With two hands, I can guide it, get it at the right angle, and as far as I can reach, it will lift up the linoleum. So I did this whole section right here. Took about not even 2 minutes. Or it takes me longer every other way. So I'll keep going with that. And I'm going to try and get my wife is picking up a bigger one, a semicircular one. I'm going to see if that works any better. Although this is pretty good. And I've got the speed on this machine set to 3. It doesn't line up very well, but you know, that's the communism for you. That seems to work well. I'm going to slow it down a bit, try that too. But 3 is better than 4. I got my wife to pick up this blade, which is a little saw blade, semicircular, and it does really well on the hard glued down, worn out pieces like these that are water stained and do not break free very well, like there. You can see with the scraper blade. And it trims them down like that. I'll show you what it looks like. Now, there's hardly anything left. Now I could probably take the belt sander too. It was right down to the grain. So that's what I use in areas like this. And then I use the scraper blade in areas like this, either the manual one or the scraper blade for the oscillating saw. The heat helps, but sometimes it's a minimal difference. So it's a bit of this and a bit of that, but it is moving along better for sure. Carrying on. I'll show you how it works. It's just a light brushing over it. Like that. See, it's coming free. Don't stay in one place too long. Keep moving. It's almost like planing it off. I'm not trying to dig down and hack into the wood like that. have to keep it pretty flat too, otherwise it does dig in. You get the idea.
Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or even notify, or any of the above, or all of the above. Thank you.